So today what we're looking at is another UFO box. I recorded this a little bit different, as you can see. I've got a top-down view here, and actually I recorded this video back in August, right before I went on a vacation. So I was just trying a couple of different camera views, and when I did that, I was using a really crappy microphone. So I'm doing a voiceover in order to redo my recording of this, so I can still present the video. So you can see this box is a little bit scratched up. It is what it is. I do like UFO. I've been saying it's growing on me. I know my friend Pee-wee's does make a point that when I first looked at UFO, it was a bit lackluster, but the more I've opened it, and as you'll see on this channel, I continue to open it more and more. I continue to gain more appreciation for it as a release that MetaZoo has done. So here we go. I've got it dozing off. We can see the colors in UFO. This is where there's that distinct change from Wilderness, whereas at Wilderness previously, there was definitely, the colors weren't as bright. You can see there's some notches on the top of here too that I'm pointing out. So yeah, dozing off. We've got a Forest Elemental. It's a cool card. The little mushroom. We've got a Riverside Monster. We've got a Sam's Trusty Baseball Bat, and he's hitting a gray alien, which is pretty sweet. We've got that Alien Bigfoot card next. Little bit like Rudy. This card reminds me of Rudy's cards if you watch Alpha Investments. Then we've got a Mysterious Disappearance. Another one. See, here's another one that's got the UFO theme. I love this Reaper Scythe. This guy I really wish they would have done as some sort of a holo. I think this would have been a really cool card to be hollowed out. There's a couple cards in this set that I think would be really cool hollowed out, so this is one of them. And the Dark Shard Meteorite, full hollow. Got a couple of these, so you can see. So with this top-down view, I was trying to be able to show the reflection really well and really show the hollow pattern, which I think it does well. I don't know, you can comment whether you prefer this top-down view or my usual horizontal view, I guess you could call it. And then we've got a Wackenyan or whatever it is. I don't even know how to pronounce that one. And my aura cards. So the other nice thing is I've changed cameras since I recorded this guy. So now if I tried to replicate this and do a top-down again, we would have a bit wider of a view too, so maybe it would be worth checking out again. Okay, we start with a Burnout. Looks like one of the Knights Templars there burning out, lit on fire. Got Emerging Flames with the bunny. Then we've got a Rougarou or Rougarou. Tinfoil suit with the green clawed monster. I like that guy. Another Alien Bigfoot. A Null Spell. I keep thinking it says Nut Spell for some reason. Every time I pull this card, I'm going to say Nut Spell. A Static Halt. There's a Squonk here too. Then we've got an Infinite Power. I love this. This is one of my favorite cards that is like an artifact or spell out of this deck for sure. This is one of the ones I've pulled the least to, I think, in all of my card collecting. So beautiful card. Another Dark Shard Meteorite, just not a full hollow. Then we've got our token cards. You can see that one token card had a resemblance of that big, what is it called? It's a big stone structure that was featured in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So we got a Crocodingo. We've got a Mike the Headless Chicken. A Robo Flowers. Terraforming, love this one. Absolutely love that card. A Blighted Embers. A Flare Up. the USO. See, there's all these references to aliens and USOs. It took me a while to fully see it. Then we got the cryptid busters. I was showing my cards off to somebody the other day, and this card came up, and he said, "Oh, it's the Ghostbusters," and he immediately saw that reference. So and there's that caster's gun. The Cannonball token, love that card. It's almost a bit seance-y, now that Seance is the big set that's out right now. Next pack. Crushing out some more UFO. If I sound unenthused, it's really late right now and my entire family's sick and I can't sleep, so I'm taking this time to do something productive, and I'm voice recording down in my basement. Beautiful. Hidden Templars. And if Carter's watching this, Carter, go back to bed. Come on, man. What are you doing? You work tomorrow most likely, or you've got some exam. Go to bed, Carter. And like and subscribe. It helps the algorithm. Please, Carter. Please comment. Old Saybrook's blocks. I always forget what those names are for those guys. Then we've got a Kodiak dinosaur. I can say that. This guy's kind of cool. The giant space brains. The infamous Krang. Tinfoil hat. I like that card too. There's some good ones in this set. I think it's going to be overlooked. This is going to be considered the set that's overlooked, I think, by... and this is, my opinion has changed since I first started opening it, for sure. Because initially I wasn't sold on it. But once I started opening it, and now that I've opened a lot of it, it's grown on me substantially. And I really, truly respect it as a set now. Okay, next ones. We got our Black Demon. I've got one reverse holo of this guy. The Felix Stone Fire Demon. The Wolf Among Sheep. Tinfoil suit again. Already had one of those. Blighted Embers. Eye for an Eye. That's an interesting one. Reaper's Scythe again. Love it. Water Submergence. Lots of these guys, but this is a cool card. You got a couple of... there's that Chessie in there. And is that the Iowa Dragon possibly? And maybe that other underwater guy we just saw. So I do like some of these cards where they bring in some of the other cryptids. Such as also, what's the fire one? Gosh, I've got one here somewhere. Right here. The Dragon's Rise. Like, that's another card that I absolutely love. The Dragon's Rise, because it has both the Iowa Dragon and I think it's the Akanto. He just looks a little bit weird colored. There we go. Even the light aura, I think it comes from a UFO, it looks like. Okay, Black Demon again. Jolt in a Jug. Lightning Spark. Thunder and Ice. Bookmark Blue. There's those Men in Black. Mysterious Disappearance, see another UFO reference. Static Halt. And a Spirit Infusion Suit. Looks very anime. Cool card, though. You can see how bright it is. You can see those spirits coming out of the back. Then the Proctor Valley Monster. And there's that cannonball. And a flame aura. Possibly alluding to Seance that's up next. Earth-Shattering Quake. There's the Greys. Awesome. Love that card. The Greys are elite. Lightning Spark. Nothing special there to me. There's that Terraforming that I like. See, there are these cards. A Blue Jet Strike. Eye for an Eye we've seen. Man. The White Stag. Love this. This is there with the Scythe, I would say. Or the Scythe. And, ooh, we got the Flatwoods Monster. Love it. This is what I was looking for. This is it. I love this card. This is so fantastic. This is definitely like one of the cards I initially wanted the most, and I got it immediately out of my first box. So now I think I have 2 or 3 of them in total. It's not as big as my UFO collection. I do think I'm cornering the market on UFO cards, but other than that, that Flatwood Monster is pretty sweet. Still want the Men in Black is my dream card, but one day. Okay, we've got the Breakfast Aliens, another alien reference, Merging Flames, Robo Flowers, Stargate Project. There's the Men in Black, another reference to UFO. There's Bigfoot laying down, Dwarf Star, that's spacey. Spirit Shadow, that's more of a seance. Glistening Beach Rock Reverse Holo. I think this is the first reverse holo in this box too, so I'll take it. And the Pamela. Sweet, sweet Pamela. Then there's the Friends token with all the chibis. Chibi Bigfoot. Chibi Cumberland Dragon. Okay, another Black Demon starting out. Gravity Shift. It's UFO, I would say. That's UFO related. Old. I always miss where with that card. It's going so fast. Lebach Lights. It's a UFO reference. Whirling Wimpus. That guy, I think he would have fit a little bit better in Wilderness. But then we got the Reverse Speed Demon. It is what it is. So I think that's 2 reverse holos so far. Fighters. We got the Foo Fighters coloring on this, and there's it looks like a Men in Black or a Man in Black, window behind the Foo Fighters. So we got the Charles Mill Lake Monster. I remember this one being on the Discord, them posting a picture. I do like these Hidden Templars too. They're cool. Wolf Among Sheep again. Thunder and Ice. There's the Loveland Frog. We've got Energy Being. I like that card a lot, and I think that should have been another one of the holos but that's just my opinion. We got a Frozen Rain Orb. Out of all the orbs, this is probably my second least favorite or least favorite. I'm a big fan of the orbs in this set. There's some really, really good orbs. There's a Cthulhu pink one. There's some waves. They really nailed some of them. And I'm not saying I hate this one. I'm just saying in the order of liking orbs, this one is not at the top. Okay, Riverside Monster. Sky Snake. Aqua Pura. Giant Space Brains. The Green Fireballs, and a Lechuza. See, like this guy, this to me would have made a great, I don't know, just extra card, like just regular card. And if you would have put like the grays in here as one of the chases, or I get that they want to do a bit of a variety, but if they would have used like the grays as a chase, or that big universe guy, something like that, I think would have been pretty sweet. But that's just my opinion. I still like the set. It's called constructive criticism, and I've had to learn in my life that it's important to have constructive criticism, because without it, you'll never grow, and without growth, you're stagnated, right? So constructive criticism is very important, and knowing that it's coming from a loving place is the key. When you've got fans that love the game and they're giving this constructive criticism, I would say it's important to know that it comes from a loving place. And it may not feel that way, but if I can when I have somebody that's giving me some, my partner gave me some constructive criticism the other night about my spirituality, and it's really hard to hear sometimes, but there were some things that I did disagree with her with, but there were some things that I actually agreed when I thought about it. I agreed, and I realized that there were things that I could change that would be important to me. So that's a bit of a tangent, but I would say that it goes in MetaZoo too. I hope that Mike understands that if there's any criticism, a lot of it comes from a loving place. And there may be a couple people out there that aren't so loving, but you just don't take the feedback. It's up to us to decide whether we take the feedback or not, ultimately. And sometimes when somebody gives me some feedback that I go, that makes no sense at all, I don't take the feedback. I consider it and put it to the side. So what do we got here? We've got I love this Reaper Scythe too. It's pretty beautiful of a card. And I think this would have been made an awesome full holo. We got the Sparky Slushy. Gosh, I'm unenthused by Sparky Slushy. That's another one that I would rather an alien. But maybe the Sparky Slushy makes it that much better to pull one of the other cards, right? We'll look at it that way. That black hole's a cool card too. Okay, this time we got the Whackin' guy on the cover. What I was saying here before I had to re-record my vocals was that I did buy a bunch of these cards, and the packs were all opened, and I almost got banned on the MetaZoo chat for talking about that. So we'll drop that subject so I don't get banned again. A Rougarou. The Seven Thunders. I thought I'd never seen that card before, but it turns out I have. Blue Jet Strike. Dwarf Star. There's that Mike the Headless Chicken. And a San Pedro Mountains Mummy reverse holo. Very nice. It's nice to get a couple of reverse holos. Is this my third or fourth? There weren't very many in this booster box, if I remember correctly. And the Foo Fighters. Love the Foo Fighters. The band and the cards. Foo Fighters are one of those bands that I never paid much attention to. And then over time, I've come to realize how great they actually are as a band. I never felt like they were not great. I should clarify that. I've always felt like they were great. I just didn't realize how appealing they actually were to me. The Ocean Calls. That's a nice looking card. Blighted Embers. Got the Reaper's Scythe. I always got to remind myself how to say that. And Littering and... Yes, the Supernatural Black Hole. Cool card. I would put this up there in one of my top favorite spells too. This is a sweet one. It just looks fabulous. Great card. Happy to pull this one and add it to my collection. There's that Water Submergence with all of the friends hanging out. Next pack. Okay, Burnout. Jolt in a Jug again. There's that Riverside monster. I don't understand that monster. Terraforming. Arid Drought. Energy Being. Here's the guy. I love Energy Being. He's awesome. Static Halt with the Squonk. And I think this is another, is it another suit? Or is this one of the orbs? Oof. I can't remember. Is this another what is it? Let's see. Oh, it's the orb, but I love this orb with the Cthulhu. This is one of my favorite orbs. This is it. Check out those Cthulhu tentacle things. I like the reverse holo doesn't do it justice at all. I don't remember if I pull a full holo, but if I do, I'm gonna just like I'm gonna fanboy over it again because I love those cards. The card quality, you can just tell it's a different type of card stock in this set compared to the other ones. The Mill Lake Monster, Felix Stowe, Fire Demon. There's another Another ray gun strike. There's that energy being. Oh, tinfoil hat. And is this a sand? Static snow stone is what it is. Glad. I think I already pulled this one in a reverse holo, so this is good to get it in a holo. Got a lot of these guys. I'm cornering the market on UFO. That's all I can say. I'm really not, because there's so many booster boxes, but I'm trying to corner the market in UFO. One day my son's going to be old enough and he's going to be looking at my cards and he's just going to say, why do you have an entire book of UFO cards? And I will say, because I wanted to. And that's about it. Blighted Embers, Dwarf Star, Whirling Wimpus, and is this a Forest Friends 22? I think it is. I think it's a Forest Friends. It is. Funny little card. This is an interesting one. The holo, yeah. It's an interesting card. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites. You can see here in the light, though, even how the card looks. Like when I get up close, you can see the texture of the card. It almost doesn't feel like cardboard. It feels like something else. The back looks like cardboard, but the front feels a little bit different. It's almost as if they're finishing it with something. I've never ripped one of them before. Maybe I should do a video just showing what one of these looks like when you rip it, because they're pretty solid cards. Like they don't feel like they'd be easily rippable. Okay, next pack. The Kodiak Dinosaur again. Spirit Shadow. And is this another one of the lakes, or is this a orb? Yes, the water orb. This is my other favorite one, Drowned Sea Orb. Check out the art on this guy. This is awesome. It reminds me of a tattoo of like a traditional Japanese style tattoo or something like that, but I love the art on this guy. This guy and that Cthulhu one are my go-tos. Love those. Then there's a Pamela again. A lot of Pamelas. What can I say? And we will have another pack here. Blast through it. The Carmel Area Creature. You know what? I really wish that we had the... Oh, what was his name on from Cryptid Nation? The Fresno Nightcrawler. Gosh, I love that guy too. The Fresno Nightcrawler is one of my favorites. I remember when that video first came out, it was so weird. And we've got a Dragon's Rise. This is what I was talking about. Let's see if I do an up close. You can just see the texture of the cards and how they kind of feel a little bit plasticky. But this is what I was talking about, where you've got, like, I think it's the Iowa Dragon, and that might be the Dragon of Akanto Falls on the left, but I can't tell for sure. Just the coloring is a bit weird because I thought it was usually white. But bringing back some of those other dragons is a cool idea, and it doesn't have to be in an exact like Akanto or Iowa dragon card. Just having them together on a different card is cool. I saw that also in Hero Quest, what they did with the Wendigo. I got a card that has the Wendigo on it, and it's not the Wendigo card, but it's got the Wendigo on it. So cool idea. I think it makes some of those cards more collectible too, especially for us that want to focus on those specific cards. If my mic's going in and out, I'm just learning here how to speak properly and get my mouth close enough to it. I'm hoping my levels are loud enough too. Here's the Magic Engineer's Oil. Love that one. Cool card. It's another one that I really enjoy. I don't know what I'm pointing at when I was watching this originally. Oh, there's swirls. I've got a couple galaxy swirls. Of course, that's what I'm pointing at. I'm excited about the swirls, people. Next pack. Almost there. I think we're getting closer to the end here. Breakfast Aliens. Again, Headless Cannoneer. Phantom Kangaroo. I don't know if we've got one of those before today. Saber-toothed Tiger. The Aqua Pura, we've had an Aqua Pura previously. Then we've got a Frost Ring, a Resurrection from the Afterlife. There's that Headless Chicken, and this is a Proctor. Let's see what this guy is. I think it might be the Proctor Valley Monster. I think it is Proctor Valley Monster. Called it. Awesome. So many holos in this box. This is something that you'll see in this entire series, is these UFO boxes are absolutely loaded. Now, I don't know what the deal is. I'm wondering if maybe there are boxes that aren't loaded somewhere out there. Maybe they're in another batch, or how many. It makes me question how many of these holos were actually printed. Also, like, is there a huge number of holos in the market? Does that make the reverse holos even more rare? That's what I've got a lot of questions, but I don't think I'll ever get an answer. Energy Being, love that. San Pedro, we already pulled one of those in reverse, and a reverse Sherman Beasts. I forgot I had that card. Then we get the Forest Friends, couple of tokens. Next pack. Just clicking away here on my video as I'm watching this and doing my color commentary here. Ooh, Hidden Templars. I like that guy, and getting it in the reverse is pretty sweet. Pretty darn sweet. Yeah, it'll be nice to see what if y'all enjoy this angle, I can try doing this again, and I've got a new camera that'll be even more, that'll make it even look nicer. But comment if you prefer this or the forward ahead, because I would appreciate that, and it helps the algorithm. We've got an agua. I don't even know the lord of this guy, but Snip Snap is you got a Snip Snap for 30, and there's that Omen Street Orb that I love. That one, they nailed it. I'm gonna send Pee-wees, if you're watching this, I should comment, and I will send you a bunch of cards that I've got extra as a Christmas gift, buddy. And I'll see if I can win you over. The Intergalactic Space Council, that's a cool card because you got all the aliens on there, right? Another one I wish they kind of had was the Metal Man of Alabama somewhere in here, but he didn't make the cut, unfortunately. Him and the Fresno Monster did not make the cut, while the what's the red hooded? It's on the top of my head. Gosh, I've got him right here somewhere too. Let's see if I can find this guy and actually finish what my brain was trying to tell me to say. The Flatwoods Monster, yeah. The Flatwoods Monster made the cut, but unfortunately the Fresno Nightcrawlers and the Metal Man of Alabama did not make the cut. I think we've got another Dragons. Yes, Dragons Rise. Got a couple of these guys. They're fun to collect. I actually gave one of my buddies a couple of. I have so many duplicates that I've got a couple friends that I'll give some cards to. Got an online guy, and I've got a friend here that I like to share my wealth with. So I'll send them a bunch of cards that I have extra, and then my one friend gives me some cards back. So he's already given me some Seance cards, and Seance looks pretty cool. Got a Frost Ring, Whirling Wimpus, and a Pocket Dimension Orb. It's a cool looking one, but it's not my favorite. I can hear my dog running upstairs right now. And it bothers me because she's been jumping on our kitchen table and eating our food. I got to tell you about our dog. She's this tiny Boston Terrier, and in the last 2 weeks, she's like 8 years old, 6 years old. when did we get her? In 2016. So she's about 6 years old, going on 7. And yeah, another Dragon's Rise. There's a bit of clumping. But what she's learned 2 weeks ago is that if she jumps on the table, she can eat all the food off the table. And we got, my partner and I got these massive steaks the other day. And we ate half of them each. And us as big human beings could only eat half. And we walked away, and then we go up like half an hour later. We were playing with the kids. And the steaks are gone, and the plates are licked clean, and she is sitting there like the dog, and she looks massive. Like she looks like she's gained a bunch of weight, and she's not looking at us because shame. Why will the dog not look at us? She has shame for eating all the food. And yeah, she ate these massive steaks. There were sirloins too, so they had that big part of fat on them. Like there was that big side of fat, so she's going to have a heart attack. So we have to actually push all our chairs in now because she goes on the chairs. And this is a new thing at 6 years old that she's picked up, and I don't understand it. I love her so much, but she disappointed me very much in the last 2 weeks. Because then she also ate my son's birthday cake, and yeah, she's going to become diabetic or something. So we can't leave food on the tables anymore. Anyways, little sidetrack there. Thumbs up in the comments for Jedi. It helps the algorithm. That's my dog's name. Okay, Static Halt. Ooh, Hatman. I love this Hatman. Hatman is awesome. I love there's a little bit of lightning. Like you can, if you look closely, it looks like it's a cracked shadow, I guess you could say. So Hatman is sweet. I like him. I like collecting him too. There's that laser with the monster hand, the trap springer, the Crawfordsville monster, mysterious disappearance, USO. I like the USO. That's a great idea. Johnny Appleseed. I think this guy was a sample too at one point, wasn't he? I'm pretty sure Johnny Appleseed was a sample from way back. Is it Blue the Blue Ox? No, what's his name? The Blue Ox. He hasn't. I'm trying to think if he's been featured in anything other than it's like some of the special holiday sets or not. But it's another one that that and the Jersey Devil. Those guys are pretty sweet from Cryptid Nation. I think we're nearing our end here with these booster packs too. Just crushing them out. Avalanche. Mike the Headless Chicken. You can see there's a cow being lifted in the background. There's a phantom kangaroo, a sky snake, a Kodiak dinosaur, a Gao Rao, a Static Halt, and there's that mountain boomer. Nice. Love the mountain boomers. You can see the bottom of this card has a little bit of wear on it. And then yeah, a couple tokens. They're getting better though. Like these cards aren't nearly as chopped up as say Nightfall. Even picking out Nightfall, you'd open up some of the packs, and there'd be some pretty big chunks. Well, not chunks, but some pretty big whitening from maybe where they were loaded into the packs. Rising Tides of the little mushroom guys, Seven Thunders, Acid Drought, Arid Drought actually. That's my eyes going buggy. Giant Space Brains. Oh, White Stag, and there's that Spirit Infusion suit. Got a couple of them. And the Houston Batman. Okay, Black Demon, Intergalactic Space Council. There's another UFO-based one. Old Sabrooks Blockheads. Casablanca Entities, Lebach Lights. There's a couple UFO featured ones, hey? Like the San Pedro Mountain. There's that Sparky Slushy. Is what it is at this point. Tree Token, Area 51. Great card, great token, great idea. Okay, we're going to go through and look at all of the holos. We've got a Sparky Slushy, a Spirit Infusion suit. We've got a Mountain Boomer. Straighten them out a bit. We've got a Hatman. We've Got a Dragon's Rise, another Dragon's Rise, got another Spirit Infusion suit, the Ogwa, the Proctor Valley Monster, the Magic Engineer's Oil, another Dragon's Rise, a Drowned Sea Orb, the Forest Friends, a Static Snowstone, a Supernatural Black Hole, the Sparky Slushy again, another Hatman, a Lechuza, the Frozen Rain Orb. We've got the Flatwoods Monster. Better put that guy in a special place. Fusion Infusion Suit, Water Submergence, Cryptid Busters, Infinite Power, Dark Shard Meteorites. You can just see this is a loaded box, and they're all loaded like this. So appreciate y'all watching the video, and tune in for more, as I'm going to have quite a few more of these coming up. Thanks again for watching. This is ADHD. Like, subscribe.